This is Dr. Marlene Scheipel, and I'm pleased to have you here. I'm a psychotherapist in private practice. I'm a life coach, and my specialization is working with grief. Now, a lot of times people don't recognize that they're experiencing grief. They think that it's something else. And the problem of not recognizing that it's grief is they're not aware of where to direct their efforts. It is a common experience when grief has not been expressed, that grief comes up and affects their lives, physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. And therefore, it is really important for a person to recognize that grief is going on. A common time for that to occur can be during the holidays. There's lots of emotion going on already, lots of hustle, lots of bustle, and lots of stress. So the reason that we use hypnosis to help with relieving the stress of holidays ties in very directly to grief. Grief can create trauma. Trauma is one form of stress. So along with the hustle and bustle of all that's happening at the holidays, you have this additional component that is occurring. Now, before you feel like, oh my goodness, how do I handle all of this? There are definite solutions, hypnosis being one of those. Hypnosis is a state of mind. It's an experience where you're physically relaxed with your mind alert and aware. You're able to notice what's going on. You can notice what's happening in your body. You can notice what thoughts, what ideas are in your mind. And you notice how you're feeling. Now what happens is the thoughts that you're thinking doesn't affect what you're feeling. So the thoughts and feelings tend to work together. By noticing what they are, you can begin to do something about them. Something that allows you to be relaxed. And one of the first things that can help you to relax is to begin focusing on your breathing. Breathing is something that's with us all the time. And every cell of the body needs oxygen. It needs oxygen to heal. So how you breathe really matters to get maximum oxygen. And I'm going to do a short breathing exercise with you, but I want you to focus on the exhalation. So normally when someone says, take a deep breath, people tend to inhale. And that can be fine if you're already relaxed. But if you're not already relaxed, what happens when you go to inhale, so your chest is all tight, for example, when you go to inhale, it looks something like this. Okay, so you're tight. That inhibits you from breathing in, from inhaling deeply. If you focus on the exhalation, so you exhale deeply, it relaxes everything in your chest. It creates space. Okay, so I got rid of all carbon dioxide, all waste products. I made room for the next step, which is and breathing in deeply. So we're going to focus on the exhalation and making it long. And now that my whole chest is relaxed, we focus on the inhale. And breathing deeply and slowly. So taking just 3 of these slow, deep breaths, I want you to notice how you're feeling ahead of time. Now we're going to exhale deeply and elongate the exhale. Following that by inhaling deeply. And then exhaling, elongating it. Letting that turn around as we now inhale. And then again, exhaling deeply. Make it long. And then deep inhale. And now notice how you're feeling. Allow yourself to tune in, scan your body. Notice what's happening physically. Pay attention to your thoughts. You may notice that your thinking is clearer and sharper. Oxygen can do that. And now switch to your feelings. You might notice that you're feeling lighter. That it's easier for you to just be in your body and aware. And that's the state that we want for hypnosis. It's sitting here in an aware state, relaxing. Now you'll find that I say to you to close your eyes. Closing your eyes just gets rid of visual distraction. Having the visual not draw your attention, but rather allowing you to go inside and to tune deeply within. I'm going to ask you first to try with your eyes closed so that any subtle movements that I make aren't distracting to you. It's an experience where you're physically relaxed. It's a comfortable, enjoyable experience. And your mind is alert and aware. Now, last time I asked you to review for yourself what stressors come up for you at the holidays. If you wrote that down last time, great. If you did not, write it down now. What creates stress for you during the holidays? Just write 1, 2, 3, maybe even 5 items, whatever it might be. With this awareness, I'm going to begin the hypnosis. Exhale deeply, and as you exhale, closing your eyes, and with your eyes closed, beginning now to focus your attention on subsequent breaths, elongating the exhale, and then breathing in deeply and slowly. And as you allow your breathing to become slow and deep, imagining that as you exhale, you're releasing any tension, any tightness, that you let go of any obstacles or blocks, releasing stress and tension, pressure. Let it all go along with the air as you exhale. And then as you inhale, imagining that you're breathing in a sense of peace, inhaling well-being, contentment, and ease, inhaling confidence, self-assurance, breathing in the positive focus of feeling really good about you. And imagine now that you go inside, allowing yourself to go deeply within, to go on down into the center, into the core of your being. And here deeply within, noticing that you have sources of support within you. That you feel a connection with yourself, and that you have a feeling that you can rely on you, that you know what you need and when you need it, and therefore you're the most obvious person to provide for your needs, just connecting with that reality right here, right now. Very good. And I'm going now to count again from 20 down to 1. And as I count, I'll describe to you your body relaxing. I want you to use your imagination to imagine so strongly, so vividly, that what I'm describing to you as happening is occurring, that it comes to be. Therefore, you don't have to worry about whether you're doing this right, and you also don't have to try to make it happen. Because what you imagine in this way, strongly and vividly, your mind and body together just bring into being. And now 20, allowing your awareness to gently, easily flow to the muscles of your forehead, becoming aware of the present state of the muscles of your forehead, the state of tension or of relaxation that is there now, present in the muscles of your forehead. 19, now allowing these muscles to relax, feeling them growing loose and limp, warm and comfortable. 18, and imagining now that there are very soothing fingers massaging your forehead and bringing now, flooding to these muscles, a comfortable sense of warmth, of relaxation. And 17, now imagining that you can look inside and see these muscles. And if you imagine that a muscle is like a rubber band, when you're tense, it's as though these muscles, these rubber bands, were stretched, taut. And yet as you now focus on relaxing, these muscles return to their unstretched shape, loose and limp, loose and limp. Very good. Imagining that warmth, that looseness, that relaxation intensifying. 16, as that warmth now spreads around the muscles of your eyes, relaxing all of the muscles, flowing into your temples. 15, moving on down your face, relaxing the muscles of your jaw, your cheeks, relieving any tension in the muscles around your mouth. And now allowing your teeth to separate just a little bit, to bring your jaw into its most relaxed position. And 14, that warmth now spreading into the muscles of your scalp, relaxing the muscles in the top of your head, and feeling that warmth flowing now throughout the muscles in the sides, in the back of your head. And aware now that you're relaxing these muscles even more fully, more completely, allowing them to relax even 5 times more. And 13, that relaxation now moves on down into the muscles of your throat, and aware of your throat opening in relaxing, opening, relaxing, becoming soothed and comfortable. And that relaxation spreading throughout the muscles in the sides of your neck. And 12, now radiating throughout all of the muscles in the back of your neck. And aware now of that relaxation. 11, moving on down into the muscles of your shoulders, relaxing all of the muscles in and around your shoulders. And aware now of any cares or burdens, of any worries just rolling off and away, leaving your shoulders light and at ease. As 10, that warmth now floods on down into the muscles of your upper arms, moving down around your elbows. 9 radiating down into your forearms. That warmth, that relaxation, strong and complete, spreading down into your wrists, your hands, moving down into your fingers, now even to the very tips of your fingers. Very good. That's right. As 8, now imagining that warmth moving into the muscles of your upper back. Feeling that warmth penetrating, soothing, relaxing the muscles down around the middle of your back. And 7, spreading down then into your lower back. Relaxing all of the muscles at the base of your spine. And aware now that you've relaxed your whole upper body. And that in doing so, you can let go fully, sinking deeply into the muscles that are supporting you in this relaxation. Sinking deeply into the softness of the cushions beneath you. Just relaxing even more fully, more completely. Very good. And that warmth, 6, now spreading into the muscles of your chest. 5, moving on down throughout all of the muscles in the internal organs of your body. Your body growing stronger and healthier in response. Just keep using your imagination, becoming even more comfortable, more relaxed. And 4, that warmth moves on down into the muscles of your hips, spreading down into your thighs. 3, moving down into the calves of your legs, relaxing your ankles, your heels, 2, the entire length of your feet. On down into your toes. Now even to the very tips of your toes. And now relaxing your awareness of your body as a whole. Relaxing your focus on your body as a unit. As one, letting go fully now and feeling yourself sinking all the way down, all the way down, down, way, way down deep. And being so deep that you become aware of my voice, allowing all other awareness to fade. Finding that it's easy for you to do, and allowing yourself now to just enjoy this sense of relaxation, calm, and peace. And identifying this state, this sense of tranquility, of serenity, with the word calm. That's C-A-L-M, calm. Calm. So that any time, day or night, that you even begin to feel nervous or tense, to feel upset or uncomfortable in any way, should this occur, doesn't have to occur, but should it occur, you repeat to yourself this word calm. And immediately you bring back to your mind and your body this experience of deep relaxation and peace that you're enjoying right now. Calm, calm, calm. And imagining now that you return again deeply within. Feeling that sense of being connected within. With the fullness of the person whom you are. that you feel a space within, a compassionate space for loneliness, a space that supports you in making transitions, a space of support for trauma and grief resting within you. And realizing that there's a basic amount of your emotional needs that is intended to be provided by you. Basic emotional needs are needs for acknowledgement and approval, for support, for compliments, for encouragement, respect, regard, for care, and for love. These are just basic human needs. And it's intended that the basic amount of these be provided by you for you. And when this occurs, you have a steady source of it available because you're providing it for yourself. Now, sometimes people get confused and they think that their needs are supposed to be met by those outside of them, that others are supposed to give them regard, others are supposed to give them care and acknowledgement and approval. And if others do, that's all well and good. That's like frosting on the cake. But in case others don't, if you're providing that basic amount for yourself, it's always covered. You have the cake. And this is really beautiful because the person who knows what you need to hear at exactly the time you need to hear it, with the specific words that you'd most value, and with the frequency, the number of times you need to hear it, that's the person providing. So when you're providing for yourself, you've got the bases covered. You know when you need a word of encouragement, you provide that word of encouragement. You know the very words that would be most meaningful for you. You provide those very words. And you do it in a heartfelt way that you are giving yourself love and care. And then you receive it, you value it coming from you. That formula means that your basic emotional needs stand to be met each and every time they surface. And if we add to that you being aware of when they surface, we've got the issue covered. That being said, you allow yourself now to let go even more, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper still, and imagining yourself now practicing this idea. Imagining yourself noticing when you have a need, and then even more specifically, noticing what you need. What is that need? And then once that's clear, that you immediately jump into fulfilling that need for you. You value it strongly coming from you. You receive it and enjoy it as your loving gift to you. And I'm going now to give you just a moment to rehearse this in a couple different scenarios. Imagining yourself maybe feeling lonely during the holidays. And then imagining yourself what it is you'd most like. I'd like to interact with someone close to me. You determine to give them a call. Person number 1 isn't available, so you go on to person number 2, and they're there. And you share and you enjoy the interaction with them. Connecting not only to them, but to yourself in a profound way. You taking care to look out for your needs. Noticing that you have a need, questioning within yourself what is that need, what would satisfy it, and then going the next step to provide that satisfaction. Very good. Imagining that even though this might feel strange at first, because it's new, things that are new feel strange at first. Imagining that you start to do this, and the more you do it, the more normal and natural it feels, until it feels completely like what you do in your life. Allowing yourself then to relax even more, and now imagine that you hold a warm lantern close to your heart space, close to your heart, to that loving center within you. And with each breath, imagine the lantern brightening. And as it grows brighter, it sends compassion into places where loneliness and grief are within you. It goes into places that we're feeling stressed and pressured, that it illuminates, that it shines into the area, allowing you to be even clearer what is there, what is in need of healing, what is in need of relaxation and comforting. So this is not removed at this point. You just notice it. Getting clear. And now imagining that there is a loving spiritual presence with you. It might be an angel. It might be a radiant being. It's energetic. It might be a guide. It might just be an energy experience that you're aware of. And you allow now this spiritual presence to offer you comfort and grounding. You allow this spiritual presence to provide you a message of support for ways to navigate loneliness and grief during this holiday season. You listen to that message. You understand the wisdom from which it comes and how it is here specifically for you, for your healing, for your growth, for your understanding, and for your support. Feeling accompanied. Accompanied first and foremost by yourself. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you bring you along. And then accompanied as well by this loving spiritual presence. Very good. Feeling that warmth, feeling deeply cared for and loved. Excellent. Very good. And now imagine there are threads of a soft golden light that gently weave through your heart. Imagine that these threads gather sadness and longing, that they gather ache and infuse them with warmth, that they gather loneliness if there's any there and infuse it with being accompanied. Recognize that the purpose is not to fix what's going on, but to soothe and support you in your experience. That's right. Honoring your experience. honoring the feelings that are there, and at the same time being there even more fully, even more completely for yourself. You, providing for you. You enhancing this loving spiritual presence in being a loving support for yourself as well. Very good. And now imagine that you move yourself to a glowing hearth, and on the mantle of this hearth you place memories of loved ones and past seasons. You place them there one at a time. And you allow yourself and these memories to be warmed and softened and transformed into peaceful remembrance, so that your memories support you in that sense of tranquility and calm, that they allow you to feel supported and reassured. And you experience yourself and your presence as a source of kindness where you are concerned. Loving kindness being directed to you and being received by you. For indeed, this is the way that it is. You allow your experience to radiate and grow, to strengthen. Feeling yourself being filled with that tranquility, with that serenity, with that calm, stronger and stronger and stronger. And that calm grows larger and larger and larger until it fills up your whole being, and then growing even larger still as it spills out around you, wrapping you up safely and securely. And in this feeling of calm, of relaxation and peace, you imagine now one of those stressors, one of those things that cause you in the past to feel stressed at the holidays. And you imagine now that experience beginning to occur. And as it begins to occur, you allow this calmness, this peace, to transform it, to transmute it into an experience of support that is positive. An experience that is radiant and warm. An experience that enhances your holidays rather than detracting from them, as has happened in the past. Imagining that you begin to see this situation in a whole different way, applying that calmness, that relaxation, that peace, seeing it with different eyes, knowing it in a different way, feeling it as having the potential to enhance your life rather than take away from it. And as you watch this situation, your experience begins to transform. You begin to feel your own inner strength. You are there for yourself going through the situation and feeling able to handle it in a positive and productive way, and so you do. Imagine it right now. You handling it. You providing yourself with messages of support that bring about that handling. You navigating this experience in a whole different way, and as a result, changing what occurs. You have this power, you have this ability within you. It's already there. I'm not giving you something you don't already have. It's already there. You are just using it now in a productive and positive way. Productive and positive in support of you and a positive outcome for you. Very good. Continuing to imagine this unfold. That's right. That's right. Just allowing you and your feelings to be in love and acceptance, creating a whole different outcome. For indeed, this is the way that it is. Heart light, shining, warm. That compassionate space there within you for you. Acceptance of the person whom you are. Accepting the fullness of you. Accepting yourself fully and completely, just as you are. Now, when you accept yourself fully, just as you are, it doesn't mean that you don't change. Quite on the contrary. Because when you accept yourself fully, just the way you are, you free up valuable energy. Energy that in the past has been consumed by not accepting yourself. And there's a lot of energy there. So you free up that energy, and it's then there for you to apply, to direct, specifically toward those areas in which you most want change. And therefore you accept yourself at each step in the process of making the changes that you desire, and you accept the final you that you are as a result of changing. For this is the way that it is. Now, as a life coach, I've helped literally thousands of clients to be more accepting of themselves, to be more in touch with their own feelings, their own needs, and to provide that basic amount of their feelings, of their needs for themselves, to be there as an active source for themselves. Doing so creates change, and as a result of that change, you can in fact experience this year's holidays in a whole different way, relaxed, comfortable, and at ease, tranquil and serene, calm, calm, calm. Very good. And Therefore, you begin to ask yourself in situations where you find you're being tough on you. You're being critical of yourself. What's one kinder, more realistic way to look at this? What is a kinder way that I could see this? How can I provide myself with more acceptance? Remember, your subconscious mind creates what you tell yourself. So if you say to yourself, I always mess things up, your subconscious mind sets out to mess things up. Your subconscious mind doesn't care what it creates. Your subconscious mind does what you've told it because it thinks that's what you want. So instead of that, you might say to yourself, I'm learning. Today I'm doing the best that I can. Today I'm doing a good job, and I'm pleased that I'm learning because that sets the stage for me to do an even better job next time. And that sets the stage for me to do an even better job next time after that. I'm learning. I'm growing. I love the life that I'm creating. In a moment, I'm going to count to 5, and on the count of 5, all of these ideas go so deeply into your mind that with the number 5, they're fully in place and active in your life. And you awaken feeling relaxed and refreshed, feeling good about yourself in every way, more confident, more self-assured, more positive. You awaken knowing the importance of being positive and accepting with yourself, the importance of the thoughts that you're choosing to think because your subconscious mind brings them about, and making healthy choices in the directions to give your subconscious mind to allow this holiday to be one of calm and peace, of relaxation that preferably is stress-free, pressure-free. Imagine it. Imagine that it can be that way. Imagine how it would be were it that way. And then directing your subconscious mind to bring that to be. On the count of 5, ready now. 1, 2, 3, awakening more and more. 4, getting ready to open your eyes, aware of the area around you, feeling good in every way. And 5, eyes open, completely, fully awake and alert, feeling good. Now I'd like you to tune into yourself. Notice how you're feeling. It's different from when we started. What you're feeling now. We've just done a powerful exercise of relieving stress and pressure and programming your experience in a different way. Your subconscious mind doesn't care what it creates. It's creating based on what you tell it because that's what it thinks you want. Being clear with yourself allows you to be clear in your mind with the directions that you give your subconscious mind. Really powerful, really important in your experience of the holidays. This is Dr. Marlene Scheipel. It's been my pleasure to share this time with you. Use these ideas to just experiment with them. See how they work for you. I'm wishing you a delightful, stress-free time, a time of relaxation, of calm and peace. Thank you so much.